Oggi vi presentiamo un grande classico, Canto di Natale di Charles Dickens. A questo famoso racconto, che forse già conoscerete, sono ispirati moltissimi adattamenti cinematografici, musical e perfino delle versioni a fumetti. Una in particolare, targata Disney, in cui il protagonista della storia, il vecchio taccagno Scrooge, è interpretato da Zio Paperone, con il quale condivide la passione per il denaro e il carattere burbero e brontolone. In biblioteca potrete anche prendere in prestito la versione ad alta leggibilità, corredata di audiolibro. Nelle immagini che vi mostreremo, realizzate da Roberto Innocenti per l'edizione La Margherita, vedrete il nostro protagonista imbattersi nel fantasma del suo vecchio socio Marley, che gli annuncia la visita dei tre spiriti del Natale, passato, presente e futuro. Seguendo le loro ombre, Scrooge farà un viaggio incredibile alla riscoperta di emozioni e sentimenti ormai sepolti da tempo. Volete ascoltare alcuni brani del racconto nella sua lingua originale? Bene, buon ascolto e buona visione.
A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Marley was dead, to begin with. There is no doubt whatever about that. The register of his burial was signed by the clergyman, the clerk, the undertaker, and the chief mourner. Scrooge signed it, and Scrooge's name was good upon change, for anything he chose to put his hand to. Old Marley was as dead as a doornail. Oh, but he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, Scrooge. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Hard and sharp as flint, for which no steel had ever struck out generous fire, secret and self-contained, and solitary as an oyster. Once upon a time, of all the good days in the year on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his counting house. "A Merry Christmas, Uncle! God save you!" cried a cheerful voice. "Bah!" said Scrooge. "Humbug!" The fog and frost so hung about the black old gateway of the house that it seemed as if the genius of the weather sat in mournful meditation on the threshold. And then let any man explain to me, if he can, how it happened that Scrooge, having his key in the lock of the door, saw in the knocker, without its undergoing any intermediate process of change, not a knocker, but Marley's face. As Scrooge looked fixedly at this phenomenon, it was a knocker again. "You don't believe in me," observed the ghost. "I don't," said Scrooge. "Why do you doubt your senses?" "Because," said Scrooge, "a little things affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheats. You may be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more of grey than of grave about you, whatever you are. I am here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and hope of escaping my fate, a chance and hope of my procuring Ebenezer. You will be haunted," resumed the ghost, "by three spirits. Without their visits," said the ghost, "you cannot hope to shun the path I tread." The air was filled with phantoms wandering hither and thither in restless haste and mourning as they went. Every one of them wore chains like Marley's ghost. None were free. Yes, and the bedpost was his own. The bed was his own. The room was his own. Best and happiest of all, the time before him was his own, to make amends in. I will live in the past, the present, and the future, Scrooge repeated as he scrambled out of bed. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. O Jacob Marley, heaven and the Christmas time be praised for this. I say it on my knees, O Jacob, on my knees. Running to the window, he opened it and put out his head. No fog, no mist, clear, bright, jovial, stirring, cold piping for the blood to dance to, golden sunlight, heavenly sky, sweet fresh air, merry bells. Oh, glorious, glorious! What's today? Cried Scrooge, calling downward to a boy in Sunday clothes, who perhaps had loitered in to look about him. Eh? Returned the boy, with all his might of wonder. What's today, my fine fellow? Said Scrooge. Today, replied the boy. Why, it's Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day, said Scrooge to himself. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. They can do anything they like. Of course they can. Of course they can. Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the good old city knew, or any other good old city, town, or borough in the good old world. Some people laughed to see the alteration in him, but he let them laugh and little heeded them, for he was wise enough to know that nothing ever happened on this globe for good at which some people did not have their fill of laughter in the outset. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge. May that be truly said of us and all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, everyone.